MMS is live tonight on a Friday night. The first of two MMS events right now for the first installment of the Donator series. And this is simple. No pros, no toxic stuff, none of that. This is all upstarts and drivers alike. Everybody trying to make a name for themselves and needing a place to do it. Of course, your host Garrett Jenkins in the booth with the Raging Idiot Racing Network, bringing you coverage for tonight. And of course, before we get started with 3 minutes remaining here, let's get Kevin McCullough up here in the booth real quick. Well, we're going to try to at least. So right now, while we wait, see if Ken will be available. 2.5 minutes to go. John Ward, Austin Herbert, and Sean Corbett have all laid down a lap so far tonight. Right now, 11 drivers on tap for tonight so far. So, of course, in case you're wondering, no HGR tonight, no BDS tonight. It's all MMS on a Friday night because right after this, the normal MMS will take over. And there you'll see people like probably Malik Ray, Daniel Falkingham, Austin Green, several of the usual big names that come with MMS tonight. I'm glad you said something.
Yo, Jim.
Yes, sir. Josh McCullough in the booth. What's up, buddy?
Oh, you can't pull nobody up, you were saying?
Yeah.
Try it now.
Nope, nothing.
It's weird. We have you set. I said you can. Hold up.
Technical difficulties always starts off with a new series, huh? With 10 seconds remaining, John Ward will be the fastest in practice tonight, qualifying up next in about 5 seconds. All right. 10 minutes to post 1 lap. I don't see if anybody takes the bait who wants to go first. Well, while we wait, wait for the action to start. Talladega, 2.66 miles. Temperature for a night, 76. 36 laps. And really, going to be a quick one. Kind of going to be almost like a sprint. And we are in the trucks tonight, might I add. I'll throw that part in there. You got it that time. Kevin McCullough, Gary Jenkins up here in broadcast, but you got a copy, buddy?
Yes, sir. I got you.
Well, technical difficulties out the way, to say the least. But all in all, I mean, I know we've already ran it down before the show started. If you can, just kind of explain to some of the viewers watching, really, what has came about the Donator series? What are the goals and expectation of this series, and how does it look going forward?
Well, we're hoping it turns into a point series. The way the vote's looking right now, it's going to be all super speedway. Just looking to turn it into something to give back to the drivers that's been donating for so many years to this money racing scene, and a lot of good guys that are not toxic and stuff like that. Just trying to give back to them and just changing it up a little bit.
As for tonight, what's it going to take? I ask this question every time. What is it going to take for the 03 to go back to victory lane and really kick off the start of a new series, first race of a new series? What would it mean to Kenneth McCullough to go to victory lane tonight? And what's the plan to get there? Small field, quick sprint race.
Yeah, like I said, small field tonight. It's usually like that when you first get started up, but just got to be patient regardless of how small the field is. Just be patient. Try to get good, clean pit stops. If it goes green, that's where the race is going to be won at. Be nice to get it in victory lane, but be nice just to finish not upside down.
All right, buddy. Appreciate your time tonight. Best of luck to you. Hopefully we'll talk to you one more time, if not a couple more times tonight.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Yep. So right now, car's on track. Huston Herbert actually on track right now. I'm going to try this one more time before the race starts. So out the line, Austin, to set the field for tonight. Well, 54.813, that is the first lap right now. Larry McDonald on track to beat that time right now. Fastest through the first section of the racetrack off of 4 is going to need to keep it coming. Ward as well. Well, Ward's going to be starting his lap next. At the line, Larry McDonald, survey says it is it enough for the pole. It is. 54.770. Bad fast Ward. John Ward, that is. On track now, 2023 PGR champion. Five and a half minutes left for the remaining field to try to post a lap. Right now, Ward fast to the first section off of 4. Has got to keep the momentum going to not Larry McDonald off the front row. John Ward at the line isn't enough. It is. No, it's not. 54.777 for Ward. Good enough for P2. Of course, still kind of night. Another MMS race. This one, the first installment of the Donator series. We'll see a small field probably for the first few broadcasts that is done. But, you know, it'll eventually rise up in numbers as Aubrey Thompson, sporting a new look, will set to start his qualifying lap. Sean Corbett just now rolling out as well. Axel Smith, matter of fact, just joined into the session. So 12 drivers now on tap for tonight. We're down back straight away. Thompson. Right now, he's got the same. He's within striking range at the pole, but he's going to need a bit of an improvement off of turn 4 to really be able to have a shot at this pole. Well, Thompson to cut the apron with 2.5 minutes remaining. Aubrey Thompson for the pole. Survey says it is not. Third quickest, 1,000th off of Ward's time, 8,000th off of the pole. Thompson will settle in the third. Sean Corbett, kind of in the same boat. 2 minutes remaining for drivers to really try and post a lap. Well, Corbett going to need a gain here to try and have a shot. The pole kind of took the John Ward approach, cut the travel late, and at the line, 54.793, not enough. Right now, as it stands, 50 seconds remaining, and with that being said, there will not be enough time for another driver to have time to post a lap. Larry McDonald will be on pole for tonight, so you cannot get a word with him. Larry McDonald, Garrett Jenkins up here in broadcast booth. You got a copy, buddy?
Sure do. How are you guys?
Oh, pretty good up here for the moment. Starting on pole tonight. I just want to get a quick word. New series tonight, and I want to ask your expectations for this league. Where did they sit? I want to know, how does Larry McDonald feel like how he's going to measure up to some of these guys in his new series? Do you feel like that you got a good chance coming into this new series, already starting off with a pole? Just what's your expectations for yourself in this league? What's the goals to try to get started off right here? And really, what do you think we can expect tonight?
Well, as far as the new series, I mean, Kenny always puts on a good, honest race, so I appreciate that. As far as how I stack up, and I know this sounds arrogant, but it's not by any means. I always run solo, but if I was on a 3 or 4 man team, I think I could consistently place in any of these races at Super Speedway. It's the problem is you got to play the game, and I'm just not one to do it. But I mean, it does make life a lot easier. But I mean, I like that I see a lot of all the guys that are in here tonight. I can say are clean drivers, so that makes me happy. I mean, as long as we hold the accountability, I think it's going to be a good night for everyone.
All right, buddy. Last thing I do want to ask, 50% fuel, but a 36%, but a 36 lap race. Can we expect at least one green flag pit stop coming out of tonight?
Yeah, I think that I would take the over and under on 2 cautions with this smaller field.
All right, buddy. I'll let you get back. Let you get ready here. Larry McDonald starting on pole, trying to bring the Ohio State Buckeyes Chevy Silverado to victory lane. Appreciate your time, buddy. Good luck.
Thanks, Jim. Bye bye.
Yep. With that being said, to do that, he's got a tough field to go through tonight. That field consisting of John Ward, 6,000 of a second off the pole. Thompson, 7,000 of a second off of the pole. That is first through third. Of course, Larry McDonald, your pole center. Sean Corbett, Austin Herbert, 4th and 5th. Casey Sprinkle, Gordon Spain, Joshua McCullough, Ken McCullough, Joey Allen, William H. Scott, Mark Vondell. The Fast 12. And then Axel Smith rounds out the field in 13th. So really just call it the Fast 13. All right, now drivers pacing under. See if we cannot get John Ward in here real quick. Gosh. We're gonna run out of time actually for Ward. No, we'll make it quick. John Ward, Gary Jenkins up here, broadcast booth. Got a quick copy, buddy.
Yeah, I got you.
Well, buddy, no surprise being on the front row tonight. What's it gonna take for Bad Fast Ward to overcome some great drivers here tonight for the first ever MMS Donators Series win?
It's gonna take a lot, some luck, some good driving. These guys are pretty good, but I'm thrilled to be here and try to give it a good run and see what I got for them.
All right, buddy. Best of luck to you. I'll drop you back down.
Thank you.
Yep. So we're rolling. Right now, Josh McCullough trying to make a move on the outside, going to try to make it 3 wide already. Joseph Allen right behind him. Ward leads going in 3, only by half a truck length. Here comes McDonald back to the bottom with Aubrey Thompson, and off of 4. Ward leads, Corbett pushing. Give it to John Ward at the line. right now, Case Sprinkle will jump out to the lead. As you're going to jump in the one broadcast boat to another. Christopher Carter, Gary Jenkins up here in the booth. Got a copy, buddy?
Yes, sir, I do.
Alright, I'll get the screen shared up here. We'll do a little bit more commentary as they go 3 wide into turn 1. Sprinkle leading McDonald. Ward to his outside. Right now, still 3x3 down the back straightaway. Ward out to a slight lead. Sean Corbett, Chris, small field tonight. What can we really expect with only 12 trucks and 36 laps?
Well, hopefully these guys will just run some of these laps out and make this like a 3-lap shootout. That's what I would hope for. I mean, that'd be the smartest move with only 12 trucks.
Of course, 50% fuel, so there's at least one green flag pit stop, probably halfway. Right now, Ward leads over Sprinkle. Here comes Corbett with Gordon Spain and Joshua McCullough to the outside. Joseph Allen right behind them. Trying to get sucked up to the back bumper to 14. See McCullough looking to the inside. Thinks better of it.
I imagine these guys are trying to save. I wouldn't see John Ward out front there if they wasn't, but be honest, though. All 12 of these guys, if they stay together, they'll probably all pit together.
And, of course, can't stress this enough on how important pit road is and really some of the aspects that goes into getting on and off pit road. And, of course, you know, I always knew it was difficult to get on and off pit road, but running with you guys in HGR, there's a lot more that goes into it than just getting fuel and tires in. You really, from where I stand at it, and you can correct me if I'm wrong, but where I stand at it, really, you got to be prepared 2 or 3 laps in advance. Be sure you're not going to be able to lose the draft and whatnot coming in the pit road. Because really, if you're 2 or 3 car lengths behind a car entering the pits, more than likely cost you the draft. Is that a safe assurance or a safe assumption to say?
Oh,
or
yeah,
what's your take on it?
Oh, yeah, for sure. You want to be packed up, still getting into the pits as close to the truck in front of you as you possibly can without wrecking. Yeah, I imagine that these guys have already, half of them are already probably talking to each other on what lap they're going down. The other half that aren't sure, that will follow people like Ward and McCullough's down and stuff, they would be the ones just riding behind them back here and just wait for that move.
Right now, Toyota top 2, you can see where your favorite drivers, or where your favorite manufacturer is running at the moment. But right now, Sean Corbett will lead over Gordon Spain as they come off the banking of turn 4. McCullough right behind them. Joseph Allen, Austin Herbert, who pretty much has chosen to ride along with Kenneth McCullough in the back. And really, I mean, you mentioned that Ward up there at the front. Are you surprised that some of these drivers, they ain't utilizing the lane control, or is it pretty much, there's a lot of give and take with these short fields, is there not?
Oh, yeah. It's more relaxed. You ain't going to get them abrupt moves too much until it gets close to pitting or the end of the race. You're just not going to see it out of such a small pack.
And of course, tonight, normally you would see an HGR MMS event for tonight. Of course, HGR not in the cards for tonight. But thankfully to Kim McCullough, we will get 2 MMSs tonight. The Donator Series right now will be the first one. Then you'll get your traditional MMS race for tonight. You'll see some of the best that iRacing Super Speedway has to offer, or iRacing has to offer on the Super Speedway side, I should say. You'll have seasoned veterans. You'll have drivers trying to make a name for themselves. And honestly, it's going to be a blast. It's already a blast watching these 12 drivers here. But do you really feel like this is kind of giving them kind of a warm-up, not just with practice? You know, HGR would normally be the warm-up for some, but some of these drivers, you don't see them in HGR a lot. So do you feel like this little 36 lap sprint, do you feel like it's good for everybody involved in this race tonight?
Oh yeah, to get a warm up. Yeah, I got home when they was qualifying, just didn't have enough time to fire up the rig, or I'd have been in this race. The next race is Xfinity, if I remember correctly. So it really doesn't help to turn too many laps in these compared to that, but it still helps to get in here and get some laps under your belt, so you're warmed up for the next one, for the big dogs, because that's who's going to be coming in.
And of course, I want to ask you. I mean, obviously the body is different, but really, what are some differences between the Xfinity and the truck coming into tonight? And what's, in a way, also what is kind of similar between them, other than how the draft package normally works?
Well, for me, the fuel is close to be about the same as far as saving and making it. As far as the handling goes, you're talking about two different monsters. Xfinity on an old set of tires with about 15 lap run on them, 20 lap run. Got your hands full if you get packed up and you try to push through corners, and you find yourself where you need to try to get to the front so you can push an extra hard. You can loop them real easy.
Of course, still to come tonight for Xfinity, and as Chris Ricardo said, the big dog events for tonight will be, oh, McCullough, say seven, no they don't, hard into the wall goes Gordon Spain. Man, oh man.
A little bit aggressive pushing right there.
Mark Vondell.
Oh, that was net code.
Mark Vondell, William H. Scott gets a piece of this. And with 9 laps in, 27 to go, it might not eliminate green flag pit stops, but it sure will make it very close on fuel, I would have to think.
Well, it's going to cost him a fast repair.
Let's go back and see what happens. I know it's probably blinking your set in a moment. I'm going to get it set up for you. Being that you're the racer among these things here, I'll let you walk us through what you see.
It looks like he's offset right now going to the corner. So, right there it is. Just offset bump. He wasn't clear. He wasn't decisive. He was probably hoping that he would come down against him to give the side draft. And 38 just never moved down there. So he was already down there and was dedicated. And it was just a bad lineup right there.
So you can get a couple more onboard cameras. Gordon Spain, meat ball required. It will be a fast repair.
I mean, given right here going down a straight chute, before they ever even got to this quarter, Gordon Spain should have been down there against that inside truck. And that's what McAuliffe was doing. He was more or less saying, hey, get down, get down. That's why he kept going down there. And when he realized he wasn't going to get down there, Gordon came down about the same time he was getting in there. Bam, that's what you get.
See Mark Vondell getting a piece of that action. Actually, let's go on board with Mark Vondell. See what he sees through this. Of course,
I haven't ran.
Go ahead.
I haven't run much with Gordon Spain, but I can tell you right now he's going to learn real quick, because probably in the chat right now, McAuliffe was probably telling me, man, you got to get down there. You got to get down there and going down that corner side draft these guys. Otherwise, you're just going to fall backward.
Right on board with Mark Vondell through this. McCullough checking up. Run down into the back of him. I was going to make contact with Spain as well.
Yeah, I don't think Mark expected him to check up quite that much, but.
All right, now Mark Vondell is in the pits. We're going to go back up to the leaders. And right now, Sean Corbett is your leader. First caution of the night with 25 to go.
They might be able to save enough fuel right here if they go back down and top off right here. They may be able to save enough fuel to maybe get to the end. I think they'll still be like 3 laps short, possibly 3 to 4.
Well, actually, I don't know if it's possible to really save 3 or 4 laps at Talladega.
No, it's not. If they're going to top off right here, that'll tell us whether or not they can save the lap or two, because they could save 2 with this many to go. They're not saving 3 without a splash and go.
We'll
But
see.
you see this leader go down, you know what they're doing.
Of course, Casey's top 5 right now consist of MMS, Sean Corbett for Dega Pro, Larry McDonald kind of by himself, and
That right there tells you they can't make it.
they can or they can't.
They can't. They went down and topped off right there. The whole field would have, they thought they could make it. So they must be short a few laps. John went ahead and topped off, so he'll have to take a little less the next time, but
Of course, Ward.
just not going to be able to save enough, apparently.
Whenever it boils down to it. So Corbett will still be your leader.
Corbett running up front all those laps right there, plus now still up front on this restart. He's definitely going to not make it.
What's that can be said for? Thing can be said for people like, John Ward. Well, Ward's topped off, but a couple drivers up there earlier in the mix. McCullough, Joseph Allen was up there for a moment or two. Right now, drivers who have actually led laps tonight officially. Sean Corbett was led the most at 4 on down through the field. Casey Sprinkle led 1. Gordon Spain 1, and then John Ward led 6 to start off with. So to re-rack it, we'll go into the restart, the top 10. Sean Corbett, Joshua McCullough, Casey Sprinkle, Larry McDonald, Austin Herbert rounds out the top 5. Gordon Spain, Joseph Allen, Kim McCullough, John Ward, and Aubrey Thompson will round out your top 10.
I can't see the first names. Which McCullough's and which one's Josh in? 14 or the 3?
Josh McCullough, 2nd. Kenneth McCullough in 9th.
Yep.
Yeah,
So he's running his 03.
Probably could have done better at saying that, doing that. That being said, we'll go ahead and re-rack it back up to the traditional old school ticker for this restart here. What's Heath? How you doing tonight, buddy? All right.
What was that?
Look in the comment section.
Oh, okay.
All right, Corbin and Joshua McCullough, Brandon to your 9 Reynolds restart zone. We're rolling again. You did get my message about the interview part, right? Chris,
What's that?
you did get my message about the interview part, right? Can we jump back to the
Yes,
other
sir.
Discord?
Yes, sir. I did.
All right, buddy.
Yeah, and I don't think you can invite me to that one.
I don't think I could either. 'Cause I think McCullough's got to let you in. I'll talk with him after the race.
All right.
All right, now we'll focus back at the task at hand. Joshua McCullough leads only for a little bit as they enter turn 3. Side by side for Lee Corbett firing back to the bottom. Of course, the HGR winner from a couple of nights ago. And I'll tell you, Chris, whether he believes it or not, you could hear the emotion in his voice. He was so glad to get that monkey off his back. Been a long summer for the 45. Finally able to end the winless drought. And from a driver's perspective, what does it really feel like to be able to finally end a winless streak?
Oh, it feels great. I'm still on quite a dry spell myself right now. I mean, I finished the money here and there, but that win is it just keeps disappearing for me. I'll place myself for it to get a finish, and it just disappears. So I can tell you what Sean felt. He felt great. It feels good to get back up on that podium spot, especially in the number 1.
See Joshua McCullough jump up to the outside lane, drop all the way back. Perhaps a strategy move, going to try to save what he can. Obviously, I don't think none of them can make it to the end about anywhere from 2 to 4 laps short. But I think that was a strategy move in trying to save what you can for this finish here.
I think what they're going to do is try to hold these top spots for trying to get into the pits to get in there first, because they're definitely going to have to take a splash of gas. Otherwise, John wouldn't have pitted, I don't think. So, position is everything at this point right here for the pits. This is where you will lose coming out, lose the draft coming out after that green flag pit stop.
Right now, heavy side draft from the 14 to the 8. Down the front straightaway through the first of the short shoots. Casey Sprinkle going to push Joshua McCullough, try to get him back to the lead. Joseph Allen having a great run tonight, not 27. Right now, Gordon Spain, break 5 laps to go and already back at the front leading. Contact 28 to 59. Sidetracked in a little too hard. Now back straight away. Really, are you surprised about you seeing the side drafting? If that's what they're really doing, if it is side drafting, Allen drops down to the bottom there. But really, side draft is more of an art and a skill, more than just riding on the guy's door and quarter panel, is it not?
Oh, yeah, most definitely, because if you touch like they did right there, it kills that whole line. You just cannot rub like that. And as you see, they stayed up here because this having this position for this pit stop is crucial right now. And everybody else is just falling in line. They're like, well, we're going to have to try to get up there. We're just going to save as much fuel as we can, and we'll let them burn off more fuel. So,
all right, now Joshua McCullough trying to get the lead back from Gordon Spain. How ironic, the two of the drivers involved in the first caution now, 1 and 2 battling for the lead right now. Larry McDonald, the pole center. Riding in third, Casey Sprinkle on the outside lane, trying to push McCullough back up to the front end for Casey. Well, really it's not a question of if, it's when is the 59 going to jump out and try to take the lead here.
as soon as he gets the chance.
Of course, still got a
As soon as that,
Go ahead.
soon as that door opens up, he'll be in that spot.
Of course, and for those of you that watched HGR when it first started and then MMS, as we migrated between both series, it's no surprise Casey Sprinkle not one to push. He'll push if he absolutely has to, but as far as whether he wants to push, I'm sure he'll sit there and tell you he'd rather be pulling than to be pushing. As Austin Herbert now will jump up to the outside. Nobody goes with him right now, and I believe right now it's more or less, for the majority of drivers, I think they're in the position they want to be right now. It's more or less just riding at this point.
Save that fuel.
17 to go.
I imagine they won't go if they're going to pit. It's going to be before lap 10. So you got to allow yourself those extra laps to get back up to speed and have enough laps to group back up. So if they're going to pit, it's going to be a little bit of gas. It's going to be between 10 and 15, I would imagine. I've never seen any of us go further than 8 laps to go.
Gordon Spain jumps right back up to they're going to do it again. Then there they go. Hard into the wall. Larry McDonald. And almost exactly the same as before.
I wonder if Gordon Spain did the same thing he did in the first one right there.
Well, regardless the way it looks. Smoke coming from the car. Meatball flag. For this race, Gordon Spain will not be the first ever winner in the MMS Donator Series. All right. Get it backed up here. And I'll let you take it away.
Same trucks. Yep. Josh had him beat, and Gordon just came down too late.
Yeah, I feel like maybe Gordon was trying to make up. You know, he maybe, okay, this last time I hesitated too much because it seemed like the reaction time was there, but still just off by a hair.
If Gordon had that to do over again, I'm going to tell you exactly what he'd have did. He would have left Josh hanging out, and that's what he should have did. When he was clear, he should have already been to the bottom, and then left it up to Josh to get up there. He should have never stayed up there that long anyway. And he hesitated and brought Josh with him, and Josh jumped on the chance to get down first, and Gordon just reacted too late.
We're in the slow motion camera here. Well, of course, that's way too late. Nah, I should be all right here. Just to iterate.
Gordon should have not been going down. Not let Josh get down and then go down, because Josh ain't going to lift.
Just,
Yeah. Gordon should have been down before they got to the middle of the backstretch. He should have already had that spot on the bottom.
Of course, from there, Larry McDonald, just an instant bystander. Austin Herbert's going, just going to get in the wall. A massive shot for McDonald.
I imagine Gordon's probably got at least 3 minutes damage, if not more.
We'll tune back in live. Right now, Gordon Spain on pit road. Several other drivers as well. Well, matter of fact,
There's no way they called either one of those wrecks on Joshua. Either one of them wasn't his fault.
Right now, as it stands, Larry McDonald, the pole sitter, has got a little bit of work to do. The night's done for Gordon Spain as far as the Donator Series will go. He will look to go to. I mean, I swear, Chris, it's got a good ring to it, but the MMS Big Dogs, as Chris Carter calls it, it's got a great ring to it. Obviously,
right on.
Obviously, it's not. That ain't the official name. It's just MMS Money Racing, but it's got a great ring to it. Cause you see some of the best. You get some of the best. You get some of the veterans that's been doing it a long time, and then you get the drivers trying to make a name for themselves. Of course, broadcast partner tonight, Chris Carter, will be in action for the MMS race following the conclusion of this one, which I am kind of surprised that we have had 2 cautions, but does this open up the fuel window even more to where now they can probably make it, give or take in overtime?
Yeah, they're making it with their eyes closed on this one. This has become a shootout, and Casey knows he's a set and duck, for sure set and duck, and to be honest with you, I don't know if I'd want to have the 8 truck behind me on this one. I'd rather have it in front of me. But yeah, I see the McAuliffes teaming up from back there. Corbett's definitely teaming up with John when they get around each other. It's going to be I think a couple 2-car tandem shootouts here. We could see 3 wide with each 2 cars pushing one another.
What a re-racket. 14 to go. Casey Sprinkle, your leader. Austin Herbert in second. John Ward, Joseph Allen, third and fourth. From there, Aubrey Thompson, Joshua McCullough, 5th and 6th. Corbett, McDonald, Kim McCullough, Mark Vondale will round out top 10. William H. Scott will round out the 11 drivers still in contention for this. Gordon Spain done for the night. As far as being in contention for the win, he might get back out and make a couple more laps. Well, as far as the win goes, it is done for the 38. Well,
yeah. See, he's still on pit. He's probably got. He'll go down minimum 2 laps.
Well, with that being said, I was waiting for the green flag pit stop to happen, but it will not get here. You said it yourself. It is a shootout now. And if you and any of the viewers feel lucky enough to predict the winner, I'll let you go ahead and shout them out now. Chris, who do you got?
I was going to say it back when we got in this race. I was going to pick Sprinkle. My second go-to, probably Josh McCullough.
Of course, McCullough's been at the front the majority of the night, despite being a part of 2 cautions. I got to say, if you're going to do 2, I'll do 2. I'll go with the 2023 PGR champion, Bad Fast John Ward. But if I had to go with my second one, As tough as it is to really pick, I'll match your first driver. I had to go with Casey Sprinkle. Ironically, my two picks, bottom and top, and Sprinkle with a great start.
Now, we'll tell you, you can't count out Kenneth McAuliffe. We run these trucks every week, almost every night for 3 years straight. That's all we ran. We didn't run Xfinity. We didn't run Cup cars. We ran the trucks every night, every week for 3 years in the money races.
Right now, McCullough rides back just in the top 10. As a matter of fact, ninth with 13 to go. Yeah,
I knew that was coming.
Austin go up to the outside lane. Ward will jump up to the middle with Thompson and Joseph Allen, Sprinkle, Corbett, Joshua McCullough, Larry McDonald, and of course Ken McCullough, Mark Vondell, William H. Scott, the bottom lane. Here comes Casey Sprinkle with a run from Ward. Not quite clear to 45 yet.
Well, I can tell you what they're not going to do. John Ward will not allow Casey to maintain these two lines all the way to the end. It will not happen.
Of course, right now, Sean Corbett surging out ahead for the moment. Unfortunately, we'll give it right back up. Down the back straightaway. Casey Sprinkle continuing to lead.
Look at old Kenneth McCullough back here just lurking, waiting.
And of course, right now, 12 to go. We've seen the 8 2 or 3 times try to make it 3 wide. When does somebody decide to go 3 wide and somebody will go out there with them?
In this position, Kenneth, I thought, would stay back there and find that dancing partner and use that third lane if necessary, and that's what he's doing. If he feels he's not going to have the right one, he has no choice but to go forward. If anybody's going to do it, and Casey Sprinkle's in front of John on the high side, John will make that third lane happen. He will have no choice but to do it.
Down and back straightaway. Thompson pushing Ward, I believe, for tonight. At least for this race, Aubrey Thompson is a temporary Dega Pro driver. I'm only saying that because they're in the same Discord call right now. Matter of fact, Ward, the last I saw, Ward, Thompson, and Allen all in the same call, and Casey Sprinkle, a massive block. But that's what you got to do, right? You got to try to defend both lanes the best you can.
Yes, you do, because they're the set and duck. Anytime he puts himself in that position to lead that bottom lane, he is the set and duck. So if the guy behind him doesn't push him and he gets stuck down there, he is all odds are against him.
How much you want to bet? Go ahead.
With this aggressive push, we may not make it to that final lap.
How much you want to bet? Joshua McCullough's waiting for a chance to jump up there behind his teammate. Casey Sprinkle. Sprinkle drops back down to the bottom, leaves Ward to pour the outside lane again.
I foresee Josh McAuliffe making a hole. If one opens up, he's going to stick his nose in there.
Whether it closes up or not, he's going to be there. And he's going to have 9 laps to find one and make it happen. When they get back to the line, Casey Sprinkle will lead again. Ward slipping back side by side with Corbett. Corbett loose out in the tri-oval. Getting down to
you can see Sean's pushing the heck out of Casey Sprinkle. It's because Sean's better off to do that to keep him in the lead right now with John on the outside as his teammate.
Right now, 9 to go, going to be 8 when they get back around to the start-finish line. Now's the point I famously say a lot in these races, whether it's MMS or HGR or midnight. Now the pushes are going to start coming. Drivers are going to start getting pushed harder. They're going to be pushed in areas they don't want to be pushed. They're going to be pushed in places they don't want to be pushed. But you got to start making moves now. See, Corbett comes up off the bottom lane to charge to the outside with 8 to go.
Yep. That's 3 drivers right there that can maintain that top line, those lines right there. And we're right back to the same position. All it did was switch Casey to the outside behind John again.
Well, that's kind of worst case scenario, being how the outside lane can get a run down the back straightaway, even though I really ain't seen it a lot this race.
I foresee that 03 poking his nose out in that third lane here in a second to see if he can't get him a dancing partner.
Brian Vondell goes with him. Or Joseph Allen Thompson. Somebody will go with him. Here he go. Nope.
You
thinks
see him
better
show.
of it.
He's showing it. He's showing it right now.
William H.
Anybody up there, they're looking at him going, I see you back here.
Vondell, you see Vondell switch lanes right behind him.
That'll be his dancing partner.
Are you smelling what McCullough's cooking? Speaking of McCullough, Josh McCullough will jump up there. MMS looks like they're starting to rally up the troops. Down and back straightaway. Ward loose off of 2. Will hold the lead for the moment. Here
There
they
they go.
go.
3 teammates.
With William H. Scott right behind them.
Now this will put that pressure on John Ward, Casey, and Sean Corbett. This is where that aggressive pushing has to come in. You got to push for everything you got.
6 to go. And whatever you do, we understand football's on. I understand Kansas City playing LA right now, but you do not want to flip the channel. Casey up to the middle. Don't flip
Kenneth
it.
McAuliffe and Joshua losing that pushing partner in Vondell. You see that?
Yep. All 5, just about a half truck length. And there
There
goes
it is.
McCullough to the bottom. That's going to hurt Kenneth and Mark Vondell.
Look who's up in the top row. Casey and Josh.
All right. Well, now it's going to be settled between MMS for the moment. Don't count out the Talladega Pro drivers of Corbin and Ward. Like I said, don't move the dial, because in 5 laps, I ain't going to say all hell's going to break loose, but everybody's going to start making moves that you wouldn't normally see until it's coming to the end.
Sean Corbett's your new setting duck. He is pinned.
He's loose all over the place.
Getting shoved behind. That's that impatience back here.
And of course,
Larry McDonald.
with these trucks gridlocked, you're stuck where you're at.
You're stuck. And Sean Corbett just fell back another spot. So Casey, I don't see Casey or Josh switch position until Josh needs to get back up in front of John, which there
now.
it is.
But how long before Ward's just going to put the bumper to him? Not necessarily to say send him, but Ward ain't going to. With 4 to go, at some point, Ward ain't going to lift.
Well, you got Sean Corbett don't want to fall back no further, and John and him are kind of teammates. And Sean can help maintain this bottom line by not pushing it as hard to get John up there on that bottom lane. As you can see, Sean's let off. He's about a half a truck off of Casey's bumper right now.
But right now, Ward, Thompson, Allen, Kevin McCullough, Mark Vondell, William H. Scott on your top row. You got Sprinkle, Mill. Jump up to the top row. That's about the 2nd time Casey's jumped up like that. Can't
Boy,
imagine.
he's cutting him close.
Can't imagine Ward's liking it so far, but here we go. MMS in total control of both lanes with 3 to go. Back down to the bottom. I think Casey didn't care about leading the top line. They just wanted back in front.
Well, he's got to slow that. He's got to slow that top line down, and that's how you do it right there.
Right now, down the back straightaway, McCullough, Kenneth, that would be still trying to get that 3rd lane to form up. Nobody but Vondell going with him. I'm kind of surprised. I figured McDonald or Austin would try to jump up there and try to help.
Comes the boogeyman on the outside.
Casey Sprinkle leading the middle lane. Going to be 2 laps to go from Talladega and what has been a great race to kick off a Friday night.
If John wants to win right here, he can bail out of that lane, get up in front of Kenneth, and it's over for that middle lane.
Like
and if they get closer, he's liable to do that.
Look like he about to decide to do it till Casey drop back down to the bottom.
Yeah, he's got to let him get a little closer here so they get back up there.
Joseph Allen.
That changed everything.
Allen to the 3rd lane. Going to hurt that middle lane tremendously. Right now, 3 by 3. Gonna be the white flag if they make it back. Clean off of 4. Here comes Joseph Allen on the outside. MMS on the bottom, occupying the front. White flag. Your award, desperation is starting to kick in now.
He should pick the high line right here. He should have if they'd have come up there. Because if he don't, he's going to lose that spot.
Down the back straightaway. Casey Sprinkle getting pushed by McCullough. Right now, Thompson just barely off of Ward's bumpers to enter turn 3 for the final time. Of course, the bragging rights tonight. One driver's going to say they won the first Donator Series. We're going to find Sprinkle get shut down line. Contact, Ward's around. Casey gets turned. Joshua McCullough to victory lane.
There's going to be some, who's in the 8 truck? Hobart?
Austin, Hobart.
I think that may end up being a DQ there. I think Casey still might end up getting second.
Let it go back and look at the finish real quick for you. Got to head out, get ready for. Before you got to get ready for MMS coming up.
Yeah, I got some time.
And once we get done looking at this last lap here, I'll jump over do interviews.
Casey, no, there won't be no DQ. I forgot. Casey and Hobart finished in the money, so there's no DQ.
And the McDonald got turned netco to Casey.
That's what it was.
All right. Well, McCullough's your winner tonight. Joshua, that is. Kind of a weird way to burn it out.
Casey get third.
Yep.
He had second locked up till that.
Yes, sir, he did. Well, Chris, I'm going to let you get ready for your race tonight. Best of luck to you. Hopefully we'll talk to you at the end of it. Of course, if you wreck you out, you can jump back up here. I'm going to go take care of interviews. Appreciate you joining me on board for this one.
Thank you, Jim. I always enjoy it, man.
Yes, sir. Best of luck.
Everybody have a good night.
Yes, sir. With that being said, we'll get Austin Hobart in here. Josh McCullough not available at the moment for his winning interview. Austin, Garrett James up here in big. Got a copy, buddy?
I got you.
Well, buddy, crazy race for you. A lot of near misses tonight. Surrounding the cautions. Just take me through the night. Not a bad way to start off a new series with a second place.
Yeah, not bad at all. Honestly, I was just being patient, trying to see if I can get any run, but without any help, it's kind of hard, Not a lot of friends for me, unfortunately, but was in like P10 coming to the final lap, pushed through all the wreckage and finished out P2 somehow.
But I do want to ask now, I can understand. Now, I can understand Xfinity. I can understand Next Gens. I can understand the Gen 6s. I can understand every car that will all treat the middle lane different. But tonight, normally when we look at the trucks, middle lane normally prevails with massive runs. We didn't get that tonight. Not a lot. We really didn't get a whole lot of big runs coming from the outside, mainly the middle lane. Do you have any insight on why that was, for say?
I would say a lot of it would have to come with the third car back, because if you're not squeezed up as close as you can get without absolutely dominoing to the leader, like, it's hard to get that run if you're getting side drafted, if the outside lane is close up on you. So I think if we just get that third car going, get a good run, but didn't come to the final lap. So,
well, buddy, I wanted to ask. I know you probably got one more scheduled for tonight. MMS, regular MMS coming up tonight. So I'll let you get ready for that real fast. Last question: is there anybody want to thank tonight? Friends, family, sponsors, etc. The floor is yours.
Of course, gotta thank everyone that puts this on, right? Without this, none of this is possible. Gotta thank God, and gotta thank my boy Calvin in the chat.
All right, buddy. Best of luck to you in the next MMS race, which will be coming up in a few short minutes. Stick around and watch the main event for Austin Hubbard. It will be a second place run tonight for the debut of the MMS Donator Series. Best of luck to you, buddy, in the next one.
Yep, appreciate that.
Yep. Well, that being said, next driver up. No surprise getting an interview. Always wants an interview. Not that that's a bad thing, even. Because personally, anybody wants an interview, I won't turn them down. With that being said, it's time to welcome back Casey Sprinkle into the Raging Idiot Racing Network broadcast booth. Casey, you got a copy, buddy?
Yes, sir.
Well, good news for you is, and we're going to see tonight if I fix the problem, but I believe I fixed our little draw car issue. So got that out the way for tonight, hopefully. That being said, look like really every time you were running behind McCauley and wanted to get back out to lead, was that really the plan, or were we really just trying to slow down the outside lane?
I mean, I just wanted to lead at least one of the lines, and I didn't want to get farther back than second on the bottom. It's just how these trucks work. I just really wanted to be staying at least second in line. Really wanted to be leading the lines, and just being able to control the lines at least up there. Make sure I don't get buried in the bottom, because if you get thrown in line on the bottom or further back, you're gonna get buried. So, I mean, I don't know. Really just trying to stay at least second in line or first in line. Wasn't really worried about stopping any really line.
Well, I want to ask you one talking about the bottom lane, but I'm going to ask you the same question I asked Austin right before I put him in here. A lot of times we see that truck, the middle lane dominant. Not the case tonight. He says that maybe he thinks part of it had to do with the third car being in line, not being all bunched up. I wanted to ask, do you feel the same? And also, is that a product of just not a lot of trucks out here tonight?
Now that you say that, honestly, I do have to agree with him, because, I mean, third line also makes a big difference, or third car makes a big difference in these as well. Like, the third car has to be pushing, really, or the line will kind of die out. I don't really know who was even third in line that whole time, but, yeah, it looked like the bottom was actually, now that you say that, was decent, but third car definitely does make a difference, especially there. I could tell now that I remember.
Well, buddy, I'll ask you these next two questions, one down. And if I'm not mistaken, one more to go if you're available for it. I want to ask, if you run this next one, how are you going to shift? What can you take away from this race that you can correlate over into the next one? Different car, different car, same track, I believe.
I mean, it really just depends on what the weather's like. I don't know if I will be racing it or not. I want to, but I don't know. I might not. We'll just have to see. I know it is fixing to start, though. But the weather depends, and the Xfinity car is a little bit looser. The pushing is completely different, and the runs are about the same. It's kind of a slowly run car, but you can make the third line work. I just hope the weather's decent. It might be a little bit slick, but I don't know. We'll have to see.
Well, last question now. I'll let you get ready to see what your decision is. Does anybody want to thank tonight? Friends, family, sponsors, etc. The floor is yours.
I love McCullough Motorsports from this race. Josh, Kenny, Mark, all the people that were running up front there. We did an awesome job up until the finish. That was a ton of fun. Thanks to everyone in that race for keeping it clean until the end. Wish we could have had a more clean finish. But especially Josh, John, and Corbett, we were all doing a great job up there. Everyone was pushing good. No wrecks was happening. You for broadcasting, and Kenny again for putting it on.
All right, buddy. Look forward to seeing if you'll run the next one. If not, congratulations on a P3 finish. Casey Sprinkle walks out of the MMS Donator Series debut, finishing third. Appreciate the time, buddy.
Yep, thank you.
Yep. And that being said, see the top 5 at the top of the screen. Joshua McCullough, the first ever winner in the MMS Donator Series. Also Herbert Casey Sprinkle, Aubrey Thompson, Larry McDonald. Round out your top 5. We will run through the remaining grid. William H. Scott will come home in 6th. Joseph Allen, Mark Vondale, Sean Corbett, John Ward. We'll round out the top 10. Kenneth McCullough, Gordon Spain will round out 11th and 12th. Axel Smith will come home 13th, but did not turn a lap. All right. 1 down, 1 to go. The main event will be live here in a few short minutes. And everybody, I'll see you in a few.